Well, statism is it's a loaded word, especially in the era where socialism is a bad word and communist is a derogatory term. Well, what is a statist and what is statism? Is that having a lot of faith in the government to run infrastructure and operations, overbearing in people's lives? I mean, the government, the state, provides electricity and water and roads and food and all these other things to the broader population. It doesn't just happen. It kind of did evolve through time, but in modern society, we pay taxes, and those taxes are used to benefit people who didn't pay for certain things. How are you going to criticize building a bridge that visitors didn't pay for but are now using? That's socialism. Oh no, you use my tax dollars to build a bridge that somebody else who didn't pay in that fund is using now. That's socialism. We have to really look at these different theories of governments, these concept of government, how we organize ourselves, our social organization, and be more pragmatic with it. We get so based in ideology that are you a statist is a potentially a question that could get me in trouble because I might answer it in a way that was too much like a communist. What the hell does that even mean? So am I a statist? I don't even know. But I do think that the state has very important functions and roles that need to be sharpened and clarified, and a lot of it has to do with our tax dollars, right? That's where the state derives its power. State has no power if it doesn't have money to enforce the laws that they come up with. They can write all the laws they want, but if you're not going to jail for breaking them, no one cares. It's well documented that a person of low income and a person of high income facing the same charge will get different results because of their resources, because of their influence. The state is flawed and in many ways, of course, but that's our job, right? We have, as civically minded people, as people who want to make society better, we can do that through activism and community organizing and social organizing, but the state has to be a part of it. The government is there. It does exist. It has massive resources and infrastructure, and it's not just suddenly going to disappear one day. It's not just suddenly the Department of Water and Power is going to disassociate. The police, the military, the monopoly on the use of violence, that is something that needs to be looked at in a more global context, right? We look at Syria, right? There's no more monopoly on the use of violence, right? Both sides are at it. The government, the state is killing people and in an all-out war with its citizenry. And how did we get to that point? It's because the state was flawed. It became too statist. It became too overbearing. It became oppressive. It's that question of, does a fish in a fishbowl know that it's in a fishbowl? Right? Are you oppressed if you don't know it? That's a tough way to think about things, right? It's what we know and what we're exposed to, our perspectives, our views, and I just hope to share a broader perspective with more people and get them more engaged and help them to understand that their vote does matter, that their participation in democracy does matter. Now, the concept of democracy is beautiful. It's great. But the execution of our democracy here in Los Angeles City or in the United States and different parts of the world is not good enough. It needs to be better. We need to do more, and that's really what I'm trying to work for and towards. And so am I a statist? I gave you a long answer. I don't know.